Europe's got some what they call zombie companies and a couple of zombie banks. The zombie companies, of course, are companies that really, they're barely making it. The banks are keeping them alive by floating them some soft loans and keeping them alive. But should we get any kind of really major slowdown, which is what we're looking at, or God help us, a recession, these banks or these companies are going to go overboard and they're going to fall. Now, Italy is just loaded with banks that are in the same boat. I think about 26 of them are legally bankrupt now, but they have a total of 114 out of 500 that really are at risk of bankruptcy. And of course, if we get a slowdown, which is what we've been talking about here for a little bit of a while, why that's going to put a lot of stress on the system, and those banks are at risk. So when the banks are at risk, we have the overnight interbank swaps start to get pricey, and that's what's happening now. The LIBOR interbank overnight swaps are starting to go up. That tells us that there's stress in the credit system. So once you start having stress in the credit system, this is very, very similar to what happened in 2007. This means that the banks don't want to lend to the other banks. And if they're going to lend to the banks, they want to make sure that they get their money back, and they're going to charge a little bit of a premium. So it just tells us as a forward-looking indicator, we're not there yet. We've been talking about some slowdown that's coming, probably baked in the cake. I think that's going to happen. How tough it gets, I'm not quite sure, but it bears paying attention. And of course, at my age, we have learned that you need to pay attention. So listen, this is Michael Douville. I'm in Scottsdale. My very best to you, and God bless you. Bye-bye now.